set for the first of 5 international games this season. The Falcons and Jags underway from London. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense. And at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson: 13 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake-bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Ridder on first and 10. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Out of the gun, here's Ridder. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Ridder here on 3rd and 2. Well, they would have got the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff and field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick of the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Johnson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 3rd down and 6. Lawrence will throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be Falcon football. Bijan Robinson of the Falcons back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Again, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Ritter from the gun on third down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 73 yards rushing for him as he's gotten the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Here's Ritter. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Ritter has it knocked down.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Ritter will set up to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Option play, here's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. KJ Hamler, his first touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are able to add on to that lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by KJ Hamler. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So time to see Jacksonville get on offense for the second time here in this game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, he's picking up where he left off last week. A tackle for loss there. And remember, coming off the end a week ago, 4 of them.
And I like how you said picking up because that means he's probably using his hands really well. I know people don't think about it a whole lot. He's got to use those to control the people trying to block him, shed them, and get to the ball carrier in the offensive backfield.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Robinson with another carry. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2nd down and 3. Robinson up the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. 129 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Ritter. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Handoff now to Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6. Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Falcons' 47-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
3 more points. 8-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Now this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Back deep for Jacksonville, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Play action. It's Lawrence. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
3 scores down, not even at halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. First down, here's Ritter. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On the give, here's Robinson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel sub packages, don't they?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will stay put at 17.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. From midfield now, Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now 2nd and 9. They'll run again here with Robinson. Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. Ritter to throw it. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field. And that brings up 4th.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Lawrence to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Well, the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a 17-0 lead in tow, they might not be too eager to press the issue here. Now Ritter to throw on first down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So touchdowns on their first two drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand, because those first two drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
Agnew now to return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. On first down, Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Lawrence. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was the former Longhorn Bijan Robinson who was tough to stop in that first half. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
This is taken at the 23. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Ritter and the Falcons now with a first and 10 at the 34. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Third and long now, Ritter. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. It's a throw again as Lawrence. And Jones has it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
Up the middle, Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
The kick by McManus is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here comes third down and 7. Here's Ritter. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Breaks the tackle, narrow alley. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A give up the middle to Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 74 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Dearness Johnson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year.
The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Yasir Abdullah making the stop. Here's a 2nd and 8. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. Shoves him aside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2nd down and 6 now. Ritter will set up to throw it. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That good for 19 and a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Throwing for Smith on the outline, and it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Algier will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The throw over the middle, taken in. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brings up third down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made at about the 38. The job one to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big third down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a two-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be upped. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Lawrence now he has this complete to Strange, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Lawrence to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Johnson looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or 2.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Bradley Pinion now. as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. There's a nice move. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down 24-17. A minute 45 to play. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Throwing now, Lawrence. Able to find Jones. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. Hard throw, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence working the middle of the field and he's getting man complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Lawrence. A quick throw, but incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for the Falcons, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.